Hi, I'm Gabe Krajic, the CEO at Kasasa. This is Chris Cohen. He leads our lending division, and Benjamin Morrison in charge of consumer applications. It's really an honor to be here. Kasasa works with about 800 community financial institutions, empowering them to offer innovative retail banking products to millions of consumers in all 50 states. Now, we've seen some amazing lending solutions over the years here at Finovate, and I'm sure we'll see more in the next couple of days. But most of these focus on helping a borrower find and fund a good loan more quickly. And while this is extremely important, it doesn't actually meet the consumer's biggest need as it regards managing their debt. Based on our own research and recently backed up by a report from Cornerstone Advisors, the consumer's biggest need is not to get in debt more quickly, it's to get out more quickly. What we're about to reveal is a loan so consumer-centric that when we tested it with thousands of consumers, 87% said they prefer it to anything on the market, and the 13% that didn't prefer it, well, the number one reason was, I don't need a loan right now. Introducing the Kasasa Loan, a completely new patent-pending loan designed specifically to help consumers get out of debt more quickly and with more transparency and confidence than ever before.
Imagine you're the average consumer and you're in the market for a loan to buy a gently used Honda Accord. And after weighing all of your options, you decide on a Kasasa loan that's offered by Freedom Institution. One of the growing number of our partners is excited to offer this innovative new loan type. Freedom processes and approves your loan, at which point you're granted access to your Kasasa Loans dashboard. Here, you can view and manage every aspect of your new loan, and all of the information is laid out in an easy-to-understand format. So at the top, you got your basic stuff, the amount of your payment, when it's due, and the balance on your loan. Below, Loans Tracker helps you follow the progress you're making on your loan from start to finish. So for instance, if you were to just make the minimum payment each month, you'd follow those blue bars from the top left to the bottom right, and you'd pay your loan off right on time. Now, what's interesting about that is that's actually what most consumers do with the types of loans offered today. They pay just the bare minimum. Gabe just shared the research that showed consumers want help getting out of debt, and they know that if they pay a little bit extra each month, it'll help make it happen. The problem is consumers also know every dollar they put into a loan is gone. And so they're stuck having to make this tough decision between, do I pay a little extra towards my debt, or do I hold on to that cash in case I need it for an emergency? And it was in the process of trying to solve that problem that we created the most innovative aspect of the Kasasa Loan, take-backs. With a Kasasa Loan, you can pay down your debt with reckless abandon, knowing that you can take back any additional contributions at any time if the need arises. And so it's with that sense of confidence that you jump over to your monthly payments tab, and you start to explore the impact of tossing in a few extra bucks each month. Now, one of my favorite aspects of the loans dashboard is you're able to see the impacts of any change before you actually commit to it. So for example, let's say you want to be really aggressive and you consider increasing the amount that you're going to pay each month to $650. That means paying off your loan a full 14 months early and saving close to $800 in interest. And you can always change your mind. You don't have to get stuck with this forever. But for now, let's say you want to be aggressive. And so to show you the full power of the Kasasa Loan, what we're going to do is flash forward 12 months in time and check in on how you're doing. We did some research. That's actually what time travel looks like. So here we are. We're a year into your loan, and Loans Tracker's been following your progress every step of the way. Those green bars reflect each of the transactions you've made over the past year, while the blue bars give you a projection of exactly where you're headed. And you're doing a great job. You're still paying $650. You're still on pace to save close to $800 in interest. And it's at this point, that thing that every borrower fears, the reason that they're so hesitant to put extra money into a loan today, it happens. That gently used Honda that you bought, it wasn't as gently used as you thought. And you suddenly have to come up with $1,200 for repairs to get your car fixed just so you can get to and from work.
Now, imagine if this had been a traditional loan, and you're a normal consumer. You need $1,200 right now. What are your options? You can get a payday loan, or you can put the $1,200 on your credit card. But either way, those are very costly options, and they're going to erode all of the goodness that you've built in paying extra on your loan for the first year.
Fortunately, you have a Kasasa Loan, and you've probably noticed those numbers that were up in the top right of the screen. With every payment that you were making over the last 12 months, we've been keeping track of how much you paid in excess of the minimum amount due. And the available to take back balance represents all of those extra payments that you've made thus far. And so now, rather than having to sacrifice your financial freedom for a car repair, you simply jump over to the Takebacks tab, you let us know exactly how much you need, and when you're ready, you click Next, and the money's deposited into a checking account of your choosing. And here's the thing, there's no penalty, no fee, you don't have to sign new documents or have new credit checks run. We simply increase the balance on the loan to reflect the transaction, and the original amortization schedule and the original payment schedule remain 100% intact. And best of all, You don't have to take on an exorbitant interest rate. In fact, the rate on the loan doesn't change one bit. Now, the reason we're able to provide the type of flexibility that a lot of loans don't today is because the platform that powers the Kasasa Loan was built by our team from the ground up with borrowers like each of you in mind, which means our partners, such as Freedom Institution, for example, they get to offer a one-of-a-kind product without having to take on costly and complicated integration and development projects. And each of their borrowers gets a loan that's designed to meet the demands of their real lives. And so now, the next time a borrower is trying to consider how aggressive to be with their monthly payment, or maybe you're trying to consider what to do with that tax refund that you just got, you can feel confident putting that money towards your Kasasa loan because you know that those additional payments that you make are never more than a take back away.
And it's the flexibility of our new lending platform that allowed us to create these innovative features in a way that's compliant in all 50 states, recently validated by one of the biggest names in compliance, Wolters Kluwer. The take-back feature is so powerful that in focus group testing, 98% of consumers said they wanted to refinance all of their debt at existing rates into a Kasasa loan if they could. Now let that sink in. Rate was not a factor. To all the banks and credit unions in the room, aren't you ready to compete for loan volume in a way that isn't a rate race to the bottom? We're also very excited to announce the launch of the app version of Kasasa Loans here at Finovate. iPhone users, Android's coming soon, iPhone users, you can go to the iOS App Store, search for Kasasa, enter username Finovate and password demo to access the demo mode. Once inside, you can see all of your Kasasa loans, and notice that each individual loan is co-branded for the institution that actually owns that loan. Just like the web version, you can use the same familiar dashboard to administer the loan. And that means that you can change your monthly payment or access your take-back balance and withdraw some money. Of course, there's transactions and statements as well. Again, to download the app, go to the iOS App Store, look for Kasasa, enter username Finovate and password demo. Once you experience this loan for yourselves, you'll see how it will change the lives of millions of borrowers and give thousands of financial institutions a completely new way to compete for loan volume that is not based on rate. Thank you.